Well, next we have the Sisters Alvarez. The scene is a parent or mother reasoning with their child. So Sister Alvarez Sandra is taking the lead, and Miah, her daughter, is going to be assisting her with this part. Now, if you want to follow along, the material is taken from the reasoning book, beginning on page 313. And the question is, will Christ appear visibly on a cloud and then take away the faithful Christians into the heavens while the world looks on? So let's listen to this scene.
Mommy, I have a question. Jenna told me in school today that she believes that Jesus is going to come back on a cloud and the whole world will see him. Is that true?
Well, Mia, first I'd like to say that I'm very proud that you're at school and you're talking about your beliefs, and that Jenna feels comfortable to tell you her beliefs. To start, do you remember the other day we were talking about how people believe things like the Trinity because they misunderstand the scriptures?
Yes, I remember.
Okay, well, the same thing has happened with a couple of scriptures that I think Jenna and her family got that idea from. One of them is in 1 Thessalonians 4:16 and 17, so why don't we grab our Bibles and go ahead and read that, okay? All right, I'm going to read that for you. Because the Lord himself will descend from heaven with a commanding call, and with an archangel's voice, and with God's trumpet, and those who are dead in union with Christ will rise first. Afterward, we the living, who are all surviving, will, together with them, be caught away in the clouds to meet with the Lord in the air, and thus we shall always be with the Lord. So the other scripture is in Luke 21:27, and we're also going to read that one, okay? You got it? And I'm going to read that for you. It says, "And then they will see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and with great glory." So when people read these scriptures and they don't understand the meaning behind them, they take it very literal. They think that Jesus is going to come back from heaven on a cloud and that we're all going to be able to see him. And I know this is a little bit difficult to understand, so let's use an example from the Bible. Do you remember when we studied about Lot and his family and the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah?
Yes.
Okay, well, do you remember Jehovah was really upset at all the awful things that those people were doing in those cities? So much so that he wanted to do an inspection. He wanted to see for himself what was happening. But let's read it directly from the Bible. In Genesis 18:21. And this time I'd like for you to read it.
I am quite determined to go down that I may see what is at altogether according to the outcry over it that has come to me, and if not, I can get to know it.
Okay, Mia, so do you think that the people of Sodom and Gomorrah actually saw Jehovah?
No, because no one has ever seen Jehovah.
Right. They saw his representatives, the angels, but not Jehovah himself. But let's read one last scripture and see what Jesus said about us seeing him again, okay? And this is going to be in John 14:19. And I'd like for you to read that as well, please.
A little longer, and the world will be homely no more. But you will be homely because I live and you will live.
Okay, so what's another word for behold?
See.
Right, so when Luke mentions that Jesus was going to come back on a cloud, it must have meant that he was going to be invisible to us. We were going to be able to see him with our mental eyes. We were going to know his presence was here, but we're not going to see him physically. So do you understand how it's that we're not going to see Jesus come back on a cloud like Jenna thinks we are?
Yes, Mommy, I think I can try to explain this to Jenna tomorrow at school.
Okay, and if you need any help, me and your daddy are here to help you too, okay?
Okay.
All right, let's go see what daddy's doing.
Thank you, Sister Alvarez, and Miah for helping with that. Thought you used a nice reasoning manner in your